This year in our psychology classes, we are taking a look at the introduction to psychological concepts for high schoolers through a Christian perspective. So as we study more about the way the mind works, the body works, the brain, the personal emotions that people have, that'll all point back to the fact that we are all created unique children of God. So our students will be able to gain a better appreciation and understanding for what that looks like when you consider the different factors that go into how we determine our behaviors, what be it a social cultural influence or a biological physical influence or just an emotional or experiential influence. So as we go throughout the year, we are taking a look at how the brain works, how that affects your thinking, how that affects your mood and emotion. The students have already done some low-level research in different psychological concepts that have been studied. For example, they shared their findings on just random psychological experiments like the effect that color has on psychology and behavior and emotion, the effect that food has, what different types of psychologists and psychiatrists do, what sports psychology is, how psychology is put into practice for like TV commercials, how psychology is put into practice for restaurants with how they're laid out and how they're designed. How psychology is put into practice for grocery stores. When you walk in, why are things laid out the way they are? Well, it all comes back to the way the human mind functions. But in all things that we talk about, all the different concepts and the way our body is structured and our brain is structured and our mind works and our emotions affect how we interact, it all points back to the fact that this is how God created us and how we can acknowledge and appreciate the specialness that we have of being God's specific design creation, so that as we understand better how this works, we can understand better how to reach out and serve other people. So there's our introduction to psychology. Throughout the year, we'll be trying to, as often as regulations will allow, trying to allow the students more opportunities to put them into practice by actually conducting little mini psych experiments, and as we study the different larger, more influential experiments that have taken place throughout the years. So there's our intro to psych. I'm Mr. Ferguson. My email address is sferguson@lhsa.com. We'll be posting a lot of the assignments for our students on Teams, so you can keep up to date with that. Students have their textbooks, so throughout the year, there'll be an opportunity to engage them in some discussion on what's going on and grab their textbook and see, hey, do you know this definition? Do you know this definition? So please reach out if you have any questions. Hopefully we'll get to meet each other face to face soon. Thank you, and God's blessings on your school year.